Hi, it's Allie Hartwig with Comedy 1031. Sitting here in my sad little office all by myself, wishing that, one of the top comedians in the country would come talk to me. And wish granted, because I've got John Heffron here. Hi, John, how are you?
Good. I was excited to see who one of your top comedians was going to be.
Oh,
I
do you think
got
I had
all
somebody
excited,
else waiting?
and then I was kind of disappointed it was me. But you know
Yeah.
what? I'm here. I'm in my upstairs office, which is usually where I do podcasting and stuff. But it's so hot up here, so you're gonna see me sweat. And don't think it's because I have the level of diva light turned up. It's literally this house was built in I think 1820.
Whoa!
So not overly like when they built it, they weren't thinking, where's a good room for like Zooms and podcasting and Facebook live feed. So they weren't thinking about air conditioning or anything then. Although maybe about 200 years ago, whoever built this was like, this would be a good hot yoga room.
Oh, yeah, because
You
I
know,
think in the 1800s, they were very concerned about hot yoga and not like surviving.
yeah, that was a thing back then. A lot of people don't realize it, because you pay cash. You didn't have a key card or didn't use an app, so you pay cash. So there wasn't a lot of record of spin classes back then. Well, they were more of a like washing machine where they'd everyone get the class and they would butter churn. It was kind of shake weighty. That is now it's the same motion if you think about it. If you're spinning, if you're doing a generator or washing machine, it's the same movement. Nobody's invented anything new.
You know what, though? I think you just invented the newest fitness craze because, you've got like the paleo diet where we're supposed to eat like our ancestors. Now we've got frontiersman fitness where we're going to churn butter and wash clothes by hand. And like you'll get a washboard abs to wash your own clothes on.
Yeah, it's funny where I moved on in farmland, and there's thousands of acres of farm around me. I don't own
Not to
any of
brag or
those.
anything.
No, but no, I don't own the acres. I'm on this little thing. But with the pandemic and stuff, and after not traveling for whatever at the time 5 or 6 months, I would see my neighbors out there, and they're putting up fences, they're moving cattle, they're doing this, and I was just thinking, what a wastoid I am. I'm literally sitting in this house, not doing any renovations myself. Just there are a couple. We all had those moments where you just sat and went, okay, if no one's coming looking for me, I'm just
Yeah.
going to take a moment and just kind of burrow in for a second. So I went out there and I said, hey, I'll volunteer my time. And when I see you guys out here, I don't know how to do anything. So at one point, I was moving just, law or stoops for the fence, basically carrying it from one side to the other to speed thing along till the tractor got back. And I was gassed out like about halfway through. I'm like, I'm exhausted. And then I thought, what about all the dumb times I was at some dumb CrossFit and they're making me move sandbags from one end to the other? How is this actually more work and heavier than that? Yeah, that's what I would do. Gyms are closed. Just find a farm if you really want to work out. Go, listen, I'll move bales of hay for you. I'll whatever, and give me $10 at the end of each hour. Then you're
Yeah. So
working out and you're getting paid to work out. Why would you? It's my new manual labor fitness program.
I love it.
Yeah,
And you're helping the American farming industry. So you're like a really good person too.
it's kind of a win-win for everybody. I
For
don't,
everyone.
yeah. I mean, I have about I don't even know how long the driveway, but it's gravel. And the garbage can literally just came before I saw you, and I had to go down. And I was so mad, I had to get it, and I'm wheeling it up, and I'm sweaty, and I'm getting attacked by bugs because I was like, what a great workout if you just do 10 reps of garbage back and forth down the driveway. That's it. That's it for the day.
There's you're your own personal trainer. I love it.
I'm
I love
so
it.
canceling my Jazzercise membership right now.
You're still jazzercising. You're the one person
Eh,
in America still doing that.
I have this really good one's bodysuit that it just hugs me in the right places. And I wear that, and then I wear leg warmers, and then usually I have a sweatband like just over my head. That's why I'm sweating a little bit more now than normal. Is because I'm not used to it. But yeah, jazzercise.
I like it.
I think it's a good way to stay in shape. Yeah.
I think so. Do you know, I'm looking forward to like a jazzercise video from you. I think you should release one.
Yeah, I think there was I wish this wasn't true. I started watching YouTube videos of just dancing montages, right? All the iconic ones, Footloose and all this stuff. Although the Jonas Brothers have a new song out with a video of them dancing like some of these iconic from Greece.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
Footloose.
what a man got to do, and they do it with their wives, and it's so great.
It's such a good video.
It really
So
is.
so somehow, plus being an 80s guy, it's just good. But then I somehow got down this wormhole of YouTube dance videos, and then they had these videos of how to not Running Man. I'm forgetting this move that everybody does on TikTok and stuff. It's super simple. It's kind of like a Running Man, but they had a tutorial of how to do this thing. And it's the way all the young people dance at all those random dusty festivals that who knows if they're ever going to exist again. It was the way that they did it. So I got off my couch and I started trying to do, the moves that they were doing. And after about 10 minutes, my knee hurt and I was full on winded, full on exhausted, winded from trying to do the plank. It's going to kill me that I don't remember the name,
All right.
but it's.
You know the next question coming.
Okay.
Show me. I want to see it. You practiced. You learned from YouTube. I got to see this move.
I don't know if I can. I don't know it, though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you have to get close.
It's like they go up and then down and then up. Be my lover, wanna be my lover.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
Be my lover. Oh, yeah. It was that.
After you just told me that it's like 95 degrees in that attic, I'm like, okay, get up and dance for me now.
I'm not even wearing a Fitbit or anything to get points for it. I hate when you do physical activities and nobody, not even a computer, knows.
Well, I mean, maybe you can put your Fitbit on later and just shake it like this, because that gives you more steps most of the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I don't really wear one. I kind of don't. I know in my heart when I'm watching TV at nighttime that I did nothing that day. I don't need anything to blink to let me know that I didn't know.
I think we're all hoping that the Fitbits, the fitness trackers, they're going to tell us, like, surprise, you're more fit than you ever thought you were. And I don't think that happens.
Yeah, no. They're never, they're going to go, oh, sorry, we miscalibrated last month. Everybody got an extra 10 steps. Although they should, just to give people hope. I think everybody needs hope right now. And
I think Apple should have absolutely disabled the feature that tells you how much screen time you've had in the past month, because that was just cruel. As we were all sitting at home staring at our phones and they're like, your screen time's up 97%. It's like, well, no shit, Apple. There's nothing else to do.
It's not necessary. And I think, too, I have, a lot of friends that do like Weight Watchers and do a lot of points in it before they do a shot or before they eat anything. They got to scan the code and then it lets them know how many points they have. Well, whatever. It seems like a lot of work, but they're always Weight Watchers should just go, listen, we're all going through things. We know a lot of you are day drinking. We know a lot of you need energy to homeschool your kids. There's just 6 points off the grid. Nada, they're yours. We don't even have to count them. I bet people would walk around with a little bit happier oomph.
Yeah, and I think that makes a difference. They're pandemic points. They're freebies.
I think that needs to be just across the board. I don't know. I don't play any games anymore on my phone, but is Candy Crush still a thing? Or are people still asking for lives? I don't really see it anymore. That
I
might have been
don't
a fad.
think so. I think like a lot of moms maybe are still
Are
playing it.
still playing it. So maybe pandemic
Pandemic points. It's fine. It's good.
pandemic points. Yeah, lives doesn't
So,
sound right.
who would have thought that this interview was going to be mostly about your brand new fitness technique? But I would like to talk about your shows coming up at Comedy Works
Yes, Comedy Works. I'm there Thursday, which
tomorrow.
would actually be tomorrow. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 2 shows Friday. 2 shows Saturday, and the Friday and Saturday ones, I believe, I don't know the time. I have to check comedyworks.com, their website, for details, but they're streaming them, which is cool because it's not like a Zoom show, which people love those. I'm not saying anything, but I just don't like staring at the phone, getting no reaction, and then maybe hearing somebody cackle and then somebody's kid cry and then a dog bark. I'm older. I've done comedy 30 years, but what Wendy's done at Comedy Works, she's made it awesome. There's obviously a live crowd, which, by the way, I'm going to feel safer at Wendy's Comedy Works. That's not the name of it. It's not Wendy's Comedy Works. She's done more to get that place safer. They have Ghostbuster machines that they walk around and they missed everything and everyone's social distance. Perfect. I'm going to feel safer there than at a grocery store or going to get gas and stuff. But she's made it that people can show up if you want to get out of the house and be live, but people can also stream it at home. So you get the feel of a comic on stage, not having material being super tight. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been on stage once in 5 months. I'm just as curious of what I'm going to say or how I'm going to say it as anybody else would. But those are the best, to me, the best comedy shows to see when, you do a special, there's a lot of judgment, everything's so tight, and there's a lot of bells and whistles. Club sets are good. And I believe they're only $12. So you can sit at home, get a thing of SpaghettiOs and place your phone like that and just, eat and watch. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a great time. And we have people commenting right now on this interview. We've got Kathleen from Iowa. We've got Courtney from California. They can watch you live here in Denver in Comedy Works as everybody in Denver is watching you, which is cool. We have the link scrolling across the bottom of this right now, comedyworks.com. We'll put a link in the comments on this interview after it happens. So even if you're in Iowa, California, I know we have some viewers from Canada. It doesn't matter where you are. You can watch John Heffron live at Comedy Works this weekend. And as he said, this is not a tight show. He has no idea what he's going to say.
Well, I do, but it's weird. You got to decide, do you want to talk about what's going on, which you kind of have to. But I'm also a believer in people need a little bit of fluff and just take a moment to just not. We spend so much time just in our heads and the world's doom and gloom, which it is a little right now, but sometimes you just need a breath and then you go right back to whatever fight you're having, just in life or so. That's kind of what I'm planning on doing this weekend. It's just a little chocolate mint, take a breath, and then we go back and we all get through this together. And if you're stressing out about stuff, you're not alone. Everybody's going through something. If you're I know people have been locked in their house going, how am I going to just ask a friend, go, hey, I'm kind of dealing with this. You'd be surprised how many people will go, oh my God, I am too. Okay. Yeah. It's amazing how many problems you think you're unique and nobody has a solution for. Do you actually say it out loud? And then people go, oh my God, did you see the Netflix series on that problem? What? Yeah, there's a whole series. There's 22 episodes about your problem that you thought you were the only one that had. Oh,
Yeah, your problems aren't special. Neither are you. Great advice from John Heffron.
By the way, can I do a random plug? Since I wrote a
can.
spy book during the pandemic, I finished my spy. If you're into comedy, you're going to like this. This is a comedian who becomes a courier for a shadow organization. And he's got to drop off something every city he performs in. And then the mystery ensues. It's called The Holding Deal. There's words in it. I use punctuation. I know the kids today don't like periods with two spaces away. I go old school on this book. You can get it on Amazon or a physical copy, but it's on Amazon called The Holding Deal. John Heffron, if you go.
All right. I like it. Now, did you write this as some sort of like fantasy wish fulfillment? Like, I wish I was
Kind of, I think
agent?
every comic has that, and I've seen, over the course of years, you end up seeing TV series. But mine, I didn't go as dark. Every comic friend, what if the guy's a killer? Every city goes, he kills, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's dark. No, you have some rage stuff going on. Mine's simple. Mine's simple is just the guy, just old school 80s. Remember when you used to fold notes and you try to pass them without your teacher getting caught? It's kind of the skill level that this spy
We
has.
still did that in the 2000s too, because we didn't
Okay.
have cell phones yet.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, back in my day, young lady, they were written on pencil. We didn't have those fancy click, 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 click pens like you. I don't know. I'm just
People
making
think that those went away like with them. I graduated 2004 from high school. We had VCRs. I know what cassette tapes are. We used records. We passed notes. Millennials are not that out of touch with the world. We knew what this crap was because most of us didn't have a lot of money either. So we used to
yeah,
sell
you
for
know
a
what's
long time.
funny? I think that's people do that where I've often said it's the same thing. If you're 20 something, you're supposed to bug 55 plus or whatever. You're supposed to irritate them.
Yeah.
That's how the rotation worked. When I would walk in a city back in the olden days in 2019, when people would go out and you can go in and out of bars, I remember walking in Austin and kid coming by in one of those scooter things really fast by me, and it was annoying, and I might have said something. But then I had to be honest with myself and go, there was a time 20 years earlier where I came rollerblading past some guy, in my members only's jacket, and I'm sure that guy was like, these kids today with their rollerblades, we never would have done that. And 20 years earlier, that guy, it's the same thing. It's just rotating. That's all it is.
All right, so here are our takeaways from this interview. 1,
yes.
John Heffron at Comedy Works this weekend. 2, go do farm work instead of CrossFit. 3, your problems aren't special. 4, neither's your generation.
Right? Yeah, it's all a thing. And your problems are legit, but there's always help. And then 5, if you're bored and want to read, get The Holding Deal. And then 6, if too much info. I was gonna say I have a podcast, blah, 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 but who cares? Just
all right. Well, there's a podcast. We'll post a link to the podcast on this interview too. John, thanks for joining me in your stifling hot attic, and thank you for dancing for me. You dance when I say dance. I like it.
Yeah, and I officially got my win back. There's a second there I didn't think I was gonna be able to recoup. So thank you for your time.
It was lovely talking with you, John.